Like my ashtray. So peace and blessings, everyone. Got a nice bit of topics to talk about tonight. Cause last night after making the last video, the synapses wasn't snapping, which is normal. But mine is normal. In my office, I always have a whole bunch of just stuff laying around, things written on, just all this stuff. And that's why, my office ends up eventually appearing to look pretty cluttered. But I like to say it's a sign of a genius at work. Got a lot of stuff on my mind, so I end up just writing out on the nearest piece of paper, just jotting down just stuff, just ideas, just what comes to mind. And whatever it is I'm thinking about. Because that's how my mind works. That's who I am. And that's all I really want to do. I think there's so many people like that too. When you look at it, when you look at people who love their jobs, would do it for free, or it's not really a job, it's what they had to be. Like a singer, or true singers. You got some people out nowadays, just doing it to make money. But people, just natural singers, people who sing as soon as they can talk, So most people, I guess most people, I don't know, I'm saying most, but people have natural inclinations, right? Sometimes natural talents see, I'm going to take off these white shorts. I was trying to look cute. Yeah, so people have natural talents, whatnot, and sometimes that talent can't really be measured by other people. It's judgments, Take art. There's always pieces, some people love stuff, the same piece other people hate, and some artists never become famous because I guess it wasn't good enough as far as somebody else is concerned. But it doesn't mean they weren't talented. It was a natural talent. It's because you don't like it. Just because you might have bad taste. I know you got, huh? Yep. But yeah, and so that's really what I want to do with my company. Just be me. Just create. It's not about money. So I don't think, man, y'all be making me mad talking about this money stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. For whatever reason, it just don't make sense to me. The necessity of it. Oh. And Mr. Vick just came to mind. I'm sure most of y'all know, especially a sports fan, Michael Vick, signed with the Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. And of course, big thing, Michael Vick went to jail for dog fighting, for being a leader or whatever. And I had a video on here, you know, talking about Vic and how he needs to stop worrying about people's opinions of him. How many of y'all out there are hypocrites. You know, he killed some dogs. It's bad. It's torture. Y'all kill other animals for other reasons. What's the difference, really? They're killing animals. Killing those animals. But whatever. But something I found interesting. Did I not bring up quotes? With some quotes that occurred today while they showing his apology and whatnot. One thing, the owner, and I forget his name, I wrote his name down, but I don't know the paper. The owner team had made a comment about wanting to speak to Vic, and he wanted to really, the true test of him of seeing if Vic was really regretful of what he did. And his words were, he wanted to see if he had developed self-hate, like it was necessary for him to hate himself for there to be true, regret, to truly be sorry for something. Really? I'm like, self-hate? So this man must hate himself for him to truly be sorry. He has to hate himself because of doing something which all these other people are telling him was so wrong. All this finger pointing. And you can try to put levels on them if you want. You can do that. What is considered heinous, what is okay. But in the end, it's all about what. So you can judge all you want, but if you're not judging in what, then it's nonsense. It's nonsense. There you go. It's putting your beliefs on everybody. Man, I'm doing the same in some way. I don't know. I won't stop with you. I'm cool. And was it? I think there might have been something that Vic said himself too. About not understanding or understanding now why people are so mad. Was it that though? That specifically something he said. I'll come back to it. But you know what I'm saying though. You get the gist. All right, so some things that came up with last night. Oh, okay, I did. The Vic self-hate. Yeah, so it's just self-hate. Jeff Lurie was on her. Look, right here in front of my face. Honey, you seen my pipe? Pipe right here in my hands. I just blame it on getting old. All right, so Jeff Lurie was on her. Vic self-hate. Boxing. It is said that boxing is dead. So like hip hop. Or I guess it might be alive, depending on your ass. Or going through some trauma right now. But boxing is one of my favorite sports. I love sports. Whatever love is, I enjoy it. I guess like most men. Us males, sports thing. All right, boxing is one of my favorite. See, I'm representing the Bengals. Eric Bieniemy. That NFL, authentic baby. So I was talking about boxing. Lost where I was going. Went off track. Oh, I think y'all just saying, so football, most of sports, almost anything, all right. And then basketball, I coach. And I have some ideas I want to try for the next season. Trying to understand what is really necessary to coach. I decided that I shouldn't have to yell. I shouldn't have to really say much to my players out in the court. For one, they only hear so much. You kind of get to them when you can call it one kid right here on your end of the court or whatnot. Otherwise, you're yelling and the coach is yelling, parents yelling, everybody yelling. But why am I yelling? What am I trying to do? I'm trying to communicate to them, right? But they're right there. They're in a battle. So why can't they see and communicate to each other exactly what's going on? They have to learn to look at what's going on, think about it, communicate. And eventually the thinking will stop being so much thinking, but recognizing. So that you don't have to think during the game because, just fully thinking can slow you down. It's more just a natural reaction. But if you think, during practice, just stop and think, communicate, talk. We're gonna practice on talking. What do I see? What should I be doing? I'm the point. What do I see? What is my job? What might happen? Different scenarios. And if I do what? Then ask somebody, what do you think his options are, or what should he do? And what might happen if the defense adjusts to that? What might open up? Or after play, everybody getting together down court. You see what happened. Or come out, I can take my man, what's the advantages? Talking. They should be able to talk, just constant talk. And you're supposed to talk pretty much on defense, but I don't really hear stress that much about communicating on offense. It's usually about communicating on defense, but it has to be done both ends, all the time. Constant communication, adjustment. Communicate and adjust. You got to come up with some secret code. So I want to try that. Try to work on having them just communicate and me not having to say anything. Just sit back and get my Phil Jackson on, my Zen. All right. Anyway, so boxing. Now I get back to boxing. I know boxing is losing out to MMA. I guess slowly but surely. And, I get into that too, but you got everything's always pay-per-view. I know there is some stuff that comes on Spike or whatever channel it is. But now I don't have a TV in front of me, and plus I need to stop watching so much TV anyway. But I guess it's cool if I watch sports though, right? Just don't watch no trash shows. But, this entertaining, but it's still a boxing. And I think boxing can be saved. But what it takes is an organization, just like all other major sports. Organization, a governing body, one body that's ruling everything and start having all this political stuff going on. All right? And then it has to be, so the organization will be the matchmakers. All right? So they have to match the correct fights. And how you best do that? Well, if you took an organization where you offered all the top 10 fighters to come into the top 10 fighters of all the weight classes come into the organization. And what's happening is the guy on top, the champion, always has to fight the number one contender. Always. The man below always gets the opportunity to fight the man above. And then if you say 1 and 2 fight, 2 becomes 1, 1 becomes 2. And then something might work out where you work out where 2 fights 3, and then as things work out, you might have to make up a system where something is allowed. And I can't think of it exactly right now. Let's come back. But I was looking at scenarios where you will have to try to control things and make sure that basically a guy gets a rematch or gets the opportunity. But yeah, something to that effect. And do something about figuring out a system of judgment, fair judgment, whatever it takes. It takes 4 judges, set by one rules of what you're supposed to see, or learn exactly which judge is going to do what. As long as he does it consistently, you should get. And the guy who judges a different way might, go on the guy who seems to be controlling the fight more, and different ways, different beliefs that judge things should be judged, and you have all these problems, and then you worry about some corruption sometimes. So corner system, maybe even allow the referee to have a say so. He has a way to vote or whatnot. I would say get the people involved. I think for the most part, I think people are generally honest about judging matches. Sometimes you want to go with your boy. Don't want to say it's so that your boy took one. But for the most part, and when things are really, at least the people I guess there in the ring, in the arena are the most honest. A guy won and should have won, they'll boo his ass, give him a Sandman. All right, so they're basically honest, I believe, and they'll appreciate the guy who gave his all and got shafted, show him love. So I don't know, something, all right, something to better it. But just along those lines, it's just I believe. So you do that. I mean, when you pay, if you always had the best fighting the best, you got the champion always fighting number one. Number one always has a chance to become the champion. All right, every time. Then have more. Make sure you show enough amateur bouts and less known fighters. Keep up, ESPN, find out fights or whatnot, but maybe increase it so that the general public know these young guys. Then, another thing is the champion has the minimum number of fights. You should have to fight at least every other month, every 3 months, something like that. Unless you're totally just destroyed, take some medical tests. Shouldn't you have to defend yourself constantly? And shouldn't a person have a chance constantly to try to better themselves, to get up there to get up that ladder instead of, once again, the politics? So, and then it gets the people, gets the training in, it gets the fights in, it gets the experience, and gets to know who ain't that good, get them out. Just knock them out the box. And you always have the best. And then maybe necessarily then I was wondering about, okay, you got these fighters, one thing that they say happens, these fighters become rich, then they get lazy and whatnot. So what if you had a system and this idea that maybe there's only one pot, everybody fights for that one pot. $10 million is up for grabs. It's all or nothing. Would that motivate? Would that change something? Could it be done? Or give them $1? Something that keep them going. Something could be more dramatic to it, wouldn't it? It's all or nothing. And you have to worry about people coming in. I will hope not coming in, because sometimes fighters get lazy too. Just in general, it's like most fighters. You know what? That is something. Most fighters are lazy. I mean, how often do we really see a good fight? Most fighters are lazy. They just don't seem to be doing what they should be doing. Something's going on. You just want to see just a heavyweight just kick ass. I gotta see more Muhammad Ali fights, cause then when I'm seeing them, on tape, he just. Every time I see him, it could just be the way it's put together. But now I've seen his fights, just like pow pow. How he kept it going. The floating and stinging. He was working like a fighter should. Alright? And so, but most of these heavyweights just lazy. Oh, these lazy ass heavyweights. So something get them going. Keep the bums out. Sure, even if we had a top 10 of heavyweights right now, you don't have to worry. I know, but I guess if you had the ranks, fighting the ranks, might be all right. But we need some better heavyweights. Need to get some of these guys from over in the NFL and stuff. There's got to be more fighters out there. Fighters, hood fights. All right, so I'll leave that and I'll go on to the next one. Hood fights. Wait a minute. Fight for the hood. There are plenty of beasts in the hood. There are plenty of beefs in the hood of rap, hip hop. A lot of beefs going on. It seems like they should just get it over with by fighting, right? Hell no, man to man. Don't worry about bringing the guns. Somebody shooting anybody. Don't worry about nobody getting snuck. Shout out to Joe Budden. Just fight, all right? Get it over with. Some beef, fight. And then who would pay to watch the fight? Who would pay? Would you pay $10, $5? Would you pay? How many people would pay to watch these people, these beasts, the well-known rap stars and whoever it is, whoever, get some stars, got some beef, and then not even don't make it a boxing match, make it an MMA fight. You can go in there and fight, all right? Some rules, fight, and get it settled. You pay for that, and so when I'm saying fight for the hood, I always wonder just doing it for the hood. I mean, just finding a way to provide it to benefit the hood. Some ways tied in there. Could you start a MA network that way? But I thought about that. And then, people took me to thinking about blacks. Blacks, African Americans, for y'all out there, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm talking about. And I was thinking about, it came to the police drive too. All right. What is that blacks, may need or should have? What is it that if we could receive something as reparations, what really should that be? How could they truly give to apologize and give us back what they stole from us? I mean, how could they do that? Well, money? No, money's not it. But what is it? It's about being able to know who we were, who we are, and to live our way, which is beneficial for us. The way of our nation. We're our nation still, right? We were a nation of people that was kidnapped from somewhere else and brought over here. Now we are being told that we are of this nation. But is that true? They can make it true by beating you down and assimilating you and making you want to be part, and making you forget about the true nation you are. That can be done by that route. But we're still that nation, right? So we are a nation over here. We're either a nation within a nation, or we as a nation should have our own nation, land on a nation. And so we're living next door. We're neighbors. We are a nation, right? So if we decided to all get together, put all our monies and create our own national wealth and nation, should we be able to do that? Shouldn't we? Get some land. Give us California. and look, and I thought about something. Hey, it's going to fall off anyway one day, so shit, get all the niggas over there. No, seriously. California. I thought about California. And actually, seriously, I thought about that too. And then maybe setting up to prepare for the possibility. It's not really going to happen. Can an earthquake take place? It's San Andreas fault and California fall off. Can it really do that? And if so, how to prepare for that? What it means setting up some charges within that, so that when it occurs, we can blow it to make it fall off a certain way. Might need to do something over there up on the water, over there, up on the coast, up all the way on the west coast, to where if it fell off, it wouldn't sink or crash in or something. I don't know. But a state. Should we have a state? Some land. California, and then I started thinking, could it give us, where there's all the, the high concentration of blacks? Could we get New York? There, could we get Florida? Where could we get it? Or they try to give us over somewhere up, Idaho or something. Could we get Texas? Somewhere down south, but somewhere. And then of course, what would be a system? Well, I guess I'll be trying to lead that system now, wouldn't I? Ultimately, I would. So how would it be done? How would I get that transfer? Oh, so I was thinking, well, we have to worry about, some blacks not wanting to. Would that happen? Some blacks wouldn't want to. Some blacks would not. If we had one nation in a certain spot, some blacks would not want to leave another state to come there. And I'm not saying, well, of course, we wouldn't be excluding anyone, right? We wouldn't be excluding any races, other races, but it is our nation to run by our laws. We are able to set up our own laws, our own constitution, all that. It's our own nation, all right? We're like Mexico. We're the New Mexico, whatever. Well, then that's fine. Well, actually, I bring the point. Should we have California? Because that's the Mexicans, really, right? That's Mexico's. All right, but anyway, but our own nation. So, how we do that? I was thinking, how could I transfer? Okay, for one, about the people who don't want to, we'll have to make it a law. Is that right? That all income generated by blacks is automatically that's part of the nation. So you can be over wherever, but it has to be for a certain time. It's like you have to be a part of the nation for a certain amount of time before you say, no, I want to be with y'all. I want to break off, because we need the money for the nation. All right. That's the main thing. We need some money, and we had the money. And you wonder if we truly came up with a system and we truly came up with a nation, will blacks be willing to work together to make that happen? Or will it still be this, whatever it is currently? Because we sure ain't working together. If we got all the... So this one you got to know people. So you need to get some important people involved. Get some well-known people involved. Our famous folks, our heroes, our athletes. Get people involved and get it done. And if they talk, the people will listen. All right? The people listen. The people always listening to somebody. You get more people to listen. You get that tipping point. You get those people who can get the word out, who got the connections, all that in that book. And why couldn't it be done? Why couldn't it be done? Well, that is a question. Why couldn't it be done? I would like to know the what to that. Something else. So say we gonna take over California. We send down new laws. Would the black folk be worried? Would they try to rebel? How could we deal? Because ultimately, I want to bring a new system. And then, I was thinking about firearms recently.